Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the ESL 1 Road to Rio. We're here for the A group in the CIS portion, and we've already had the first map. Nemiga got a good win on Vertigo. Now we're going to see how Dust2 plays out. Kenzel's already got the opening kill for Team Unique as they look to turn it up on their map pick.
Yeah, and a lot of damage on MDS as well. He is done on short. Yeah, was just pretty much pinned in at that point. Didn't have the kind of space to back away either, so there wasn't any option other than taking the fight, which is the case here for Box now as well. Pushed back, looking for the heads. They move across. That was weird. Tried to jump up on the boxes. Robin instead decided to take the fight, and he just headshots everyone. All right, that works. That's one way for Team Unique to go ahead and kick off Dust2, and in a much better fashion than what we've seen from them back on Vertigo. As you said, they dropped Vertigo. Didn't look great in the first half. We did start seeing them actually recovering a little bit as the game went on. So that normally bodes kind of well. Like, okay, yeah, they're warming up a bit now. Now they're on their own map choice as well. But as we had pointed out, for Team Unique, despite Dust2 being the map that they chose and one that they play quite often, the last 5 or so times they played it, they have not had good results. So it's going to be tougher against Nemiga for sure. But the pistol, that is a good start.
Yeah, they've got to make sure they convert this second round, though, because they are against the force buy of Nemiga. Plenty of Deegs in play. There's a scout in the hands of Box. You see a lot of scouts on these force buys on Dust2 because of all the long-range angles you can fight from. You can either go on the A site or you can go mid. And right now, Box is playing on the A side of the map, looking to see if he can line up this shot. But there's a player close already. Pishanoi catches him out, and the scout won't be getting anything done in this round. Or maybe it will, because JWO has picked it up.
Yeah, still in play. Oh, I'm getting Windows noises for some reason, but having that scout certainly, I was going to say, could help them out, but now the push starts coming in, this complicates things massively. Oh my god! The shot on Passionai was nasty. Unfortunately, not able to follow up around the edge of the smoke. Passionai, he hits him with a nice shot. That's the least you can hit him with after being hit by that deagle bullet to the skull. I don't know what he's saying now, that's a different language, but I would imagine it's still nice because there was a nice shot and a thank you before it. So I doubt he should just turn tone real quick. But yeah, that was a nasty shot. Unfortunately, not really getting anything apart from that, so it's not going to amount to much for Nemiga, especially considering that was the full investment from them. Now they are looking at an eco. Yeah, I was going to say, Jo, especially having Kevlar behind that scout, he certainly could have had a chance to do damage, but once the smokes went down and they were able to close in the distance, the scout wasn't really too viable of a weapon anymore, as you see, just resorting to the deagle. Where's a B rush and a B stack?
Yeah, this could be dangerous. Pishanoi running in first with the Mac 10. About to clear out these angles. 2 players at car just tucking in the corner. They haven't cleared it properly. Lollipop gets away with a kill, and JYO at the back of the bomb site continues to fight. Lollipop doesn't even need to do anything. The kills have already come in. It's all on Robin in a 1 versus 3, and he's got to go get the bomb back. Moving into the B bomb site, there are 2 players against him, and Speedak lands the shot with the USP. Nemiga win the round with the low buy as Unique run right into their trap on the B bomb site.
Oh, Lord. They make the anti-force buy look easy enough, but on the eco, just rush into B, and yeah, Nemiga made the correct decision. Did they actually smoke off the cross or anything when they were crossing over?
Yeah,
or
they did.
Team Unique just
I think
not
they
leave
did.
anyone to watch? They did smoke it? Okay. I guess at that point probably being like, oh yeah, they smoked that, they're probably stacking up on long, let's just rush B, maybe there's 1 or 2 players there. Nah, they ran into a stack, they had a very difficult time, got torn apart. And obviously, with 2 players still surviving here from the CT side as well, that has really helped them with their economy. They were able to bring over a couple of AKs. They have a double-up setup in play. Team Unique, after a good start, do need to go ahead and take this one here if they want to re-stabilize themselves off the back of losing that eco.
Well, we still get a full gun round into round number 4. Proper rifles across the board. Double-up setup for the CTs as well. If anything, it might have made this gun round better for both teams, making sure that they actually have the full rifles in play. And Speedax Orp has already landed the first shot of the round. Pretty easy one there as he dodges away from the utility. Smoke being used by Unique and a flashbang to try and push out. But Box is waiting patiently, looking for the headshot angle, but he's unable to connect as they cross to the site.
Yeah, not really going to be able to do anything now about that bomb going down. Instead, setting themselves up for the retake, as you would imagine. Oh, there's still Robin just lurking on long. It's expected, though. MDS pops in. Gets himself the headshot and gives them back that control, and now it makes things so much more complicated. They needed that long control, obviously, to be able to start working in for the retake. They couldn't let Robin be a thorn in their side, and as you can see now, short control alongside that one player on the bomb site, Vicious. He pops out and just gets all three. He does not care. Eventually falls, but he's wasted so much time and helped his teammates massively, who are struggling to finish off the kills. Oh god, that was a hectic round. Vicious just went massive with 3, and then what was it, Kenzor, who was just struggling to hit anything?
Yeah, his spray was not the best. He did recover with a headshot eventually onto that second player, though. So it worked out, even if it didn't look too comfortable for him. And yeah, Team Unique, they're on the board early with a 3-1 lead. This is what we needed to see from them. They should be able to get this round. I mean, I say should. Again, Nemiga have got the pistols, so we can't count them out. They smoke the cross again here, but this time they stack long. So this is what you were talking about earlier, that sometimes teams will smoke that and then they'll try and stack a different position. But I don't think Unique are falling for it this time. They've learned their lesson.
Taking it a little bit slower. This is normally how you want to play up against these weaker investments. That's why I was kind of puzzled about the B rush, just because you don't know what's going on. There's a smoke down. There's a good chance there could be 5 on B. Obviously, there could have been 0 in that round. But when you're against so little and you do know that fact, normally you don't want to be just rushing into a site without any sort of information about what you're going to have to face up against. You want to feel out the defense a little bit. This one is exactly how that's been played. It's only the 1 Deagle upgraded from Nemiga as well, so there's really not a lot to expect of them in this one. As it's a couple of Mac 10s also for Unique, giving them kind of that safe approach where they have the ability to build up bank and even just scout out those bomb sites and see what's going on. They're all focused on short right now, so this still is a pretty big worry because it's a stack around ramp, Goose, and then 1 player over on long. Oh yeah, okay, I like this. They've just sent MDS out to peek. The rest of them are going to wait a moment. I don't know if that was intentional or if the flash forced them to. They actually haven't been taken down despite facing no kills coming in, apart from now 1 from Jo. He's not going to be able to follow up as he goes down, and Goose. Vicious follows up, and yeah, Box is now left alone. 1 kill isn't too bad. They only had, what, $700 investment in this round? I don't think they'll be too upset.
Yeah, and they probably had the chance for a couple more kills there. I think some shots were kind of just whiffed as the push came into the site. It is always hard, of course, with the USPs to win those fights, but either way, Unique up to the 4-1 lead. Zorte is able to get the AWP into his hands, but Nemiga have got that double AWP setup out again here into round number 6. They went to this earlier in the game already, so it's looking like that shot almost landed on the cross there. It's looking like Nemiga want this double AWP setup though, and they are going to rock JYO's AWP on the B side of the map. Speedax playing on A, but Box is just trying to push mid very aggressively, and Zorte's ready for it.
Yeah, this is looking a lot better for Unique. I mean, Nemiga aren't looking as comfortable as they thought they would on Dust2. Obviously, as we had said, obviously not being as good of a map for Nemiga. It is one that Unique play a lot more often than they do Vertigo, so we're like, yeah, they should fare better. But how they've been performing in general lately, I still wasn't expecting a lot. But we're getting good signs from them early on, looking much more warmed up than they were back on Vertigo. Speedax, though, he wants to peek into this. Having a man disadvantage already, they need to pull something back. So they try and get the flash in, they try and peek off the back of it and see if they can find some control around short. Instead, it is the op of Zorte to find his 2nd of the round. But there's still 2 on A.
Ooh, that could be exactly what Nemiga want here. JYO lands the quick flick onto the first man, and MDS is waiting in the wings. No bomb plant today, not on the A site, at least not for now, because MDS and JYO are locking it down between them, and Robin only has a Mac 10. That is not the gun he wants. Playing on A long, the smoke hasn't given him cover either, so there's an AWP just holding his angle, and he's sitting here saying, well, I can't do anything. Zorte, you've got to make the play. I'm trying to bait out this shot. JYO doesn't pull the trigger. He's going back to look at short, where he does get the connection he was looking for. And Robin's Mac 10 somehow able to close the distance, but not able to win the round. Lollipop picks up the trade, and Nemiga get their 2nd round win.
In what was looking like one that they really had no right winning after going down into that 3-on-5. But yeah, as we'd pointed out, the 2-man setup on that A-bomb site ends up working out well for them. That's what made that kind of the attempt to regain short control a little bit less risky. Obviously, since a flash had come over, the T's would have known, okay, yeah, 1 more player at least around this area. But at that point, you think, okay, yeah, probably just the 2 players still around this area. Maybe the player over on the corner throwing the flash in from the peak at that point, just trying to actually get themselves that short control. But yeah, I mean, it was 2 more. They had a good crossfire between Goose and the ramp. They hold it down. And now Unique, again able to get their bio after losing a round, but this time it's a little bit more limited than what we've seen the previous time. They get the rifles on nearly everyone. It's only Passionai who is limited to the Deagle, and for the moment they're again just spreading themselves out into this default. Slowly working towards the short control, putting a bit of pressure around mid. As the spam actually coming through, tags down Fenvicious heavily as he was moving up the Xbox. I am lagging a little bit. I think that's my internet.
Yeah, hopefully we're fine. I think we're okay. Hopefully Unique are alright, because they've only got 3 nades left to make this round work for them. Robin's got a smoke, a nade, and a flash, and that's it. So if they want to approach this A-bomb site, they could really run the risk of falling to the AWP of Speedak, who's currently holding on A long. We also have a couple of players without helmets, which is worth keeping in mind. They will be susceptible to the one-shot headshots from the M4, and Box, the man with the M4, is playing back on the bomb site, but they're playing it so safe. They're allowing Unique to push up towards the site. Speedak will finally look back and he'll spot these players, and it's Box waiting in the corner. Again, this same position, but this time it's traded out, and this time Unique should get the bomb down safely.
Yeah, as safe as possible. They do still have 2 players heavily tagged up, so that could make things a small bit easier for Nemiga as they work in for the retake. Not having a lot of nades themselves. The one that they did have there goes in, and unfortunately doesn't really manage to connect anything through the edge of the smoke right there. Lollipop was taken down, and it is just all of the frags in about an instant there going in favor of Team Unique. And with Speedak being the last man standing, all of his friends dropping within a second, he is like, no, I'm not going anywhere near that bomb. So he gets 1 kill. That gives him just a bit of space to back away and save the op. And Unique, they're trading back and forth right now. And obviously being on the T side, they are going to be feeling very comfortable with how this is being going. And even then, they took 2 rounds, lost 1, took 2 rounds, lost 1. If they keep that up, they're like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though Speedak saves the AWP, the money for Nemiga is not great, so they should be able to keep that streak of winning 2 rounds and then sometimes losing 1 going. You'd expect them to be able to keep that.
If they could avoid the losing one, that would be best.
Yeah, that's very true.
Obviously, with Nemiga being on the CT side, how fragile the economy is, taking 1 round at a time for the CTs is just not enough. As you said, leaves them with just the saved op here. Thankfully, weren't on a double eco, but even then, with getting, what, 2,400 in this next round, their buy won't be too good. Again, they'll be lacking. If they want to get kits, they'll have to get rid of nades on 1 player pretty much completely. They won't have a great amount of nades in the first place, so it's a tough spot to be in.
It feels like Unique always seem to run into the pistol stack. They might do the same again here, because Nemiga have stacked on the A side of the map. I think this is partly because Unique spotted some of the players crossing to B earlier on the mid-cross, and ooh, Speedak lands the shot there with the AWP. Zorte taking damage. The rest of Unique are starting to commit to this A site, and oh no, that smoke is bad. Pashano just blocked that smoke, so the cross is going to be a bit uncomfortable for them. Finally, the second smoke comes into play, but I think there's a gap again. Speedak is waiting there with the AWP, but Pashano mows them down. Great display of skill from Pashano. He makes it look easy with all 4 kills. Against pistols, sure, but still very nicely done.
And still what you want. You want your kind of star players to be getting those frags when they're a little bit easier, just so that they're feeling comfortable then when they are up against the full buys and those sort of situations. You always want them to be confident, especially if they are entry fragging. And Passionai, he had some good moments certainly back on Vertigo and has kicked things off strong here alongside a couple of teammates. Robin obviously up there, Zarte fragging as well when needed with the op. Fenvicious, he had a fantastic triple kill in those rounds when they were moving up through short, of course. Kenzar not playing bad by any means. He did have a little bit of a whiffed spray, but we'll forget about that one for now. But yeah, this buy, as I said, being very limited, and if they wanted the kit, I had also pointed out that they would have to give up the nades, and that pretty much would have been Box giving up those 2 flashes that they have. So they decide against it.
Shano pushed mid right at the start of this round. He's through the mid doors just waiting to see if there's any players that are going to stray into his crosshair. Unique might want to try and draw some rotations here, but as they put the CT smoke down, they've kind of given the game away now. Second smoke deployed by Pashano, so the mid control is the full focus for Team Unique. Pashano's gone into the midst of the smoke. This is a risk. He goes through the smoke just as Box flicks down to his face. So Pashano takes a gamble. It doesn't pay off this time round, and now Unique have to fight back from a 4v5.
It's stacking down. I like the idea there to try and catch the player playing that headshot angle. It doesn't quite work in their favor, but Speedak being already hit low on the bomb site, I was going to say, is a bit of an opening for them as they move forward. Unfortunately, Box is still able to get one before he goes down. So for the moment, the man advantage being retained, the fight being taken by Kenzor. He hit the bomb getting dropped now. This round is done. It's all on Fenvicious. And despite having a nice shot connected onto MDS and a chance for more, he just didn't expect Lollipop to be coming up short. If he didn't have Lollipop flanking him up shorter, he probably could have had a good chance to catch those players on ramp. But no, Nemiga do pull back a third round. Again, sticking to the trend of 2 for Unique, 1 for Nemiga.
Yeah, and that's definitely a trend that Team Unique are more happy with. Into this round, though, Nemiga, again, with the double AWP setup, full buy on board. And remember, Team Unique's money has not been established throughout this half. So as long as Nemiga could just get this round win, they'd be able to get themselves right back in this game. They'd be able to force Unique down to at least 1 weaker buy. So that's certainly worth keeping in mind. This game is still teetering on a knife's edge right now. Could go either way based on this round. The loser almost certainly has to save. In this one, though, Nemiga has stacked 3 players towards the B side of the map. Speedak's currently watching mid, but he can rotate very quickly if required. And Unique are currently positioned themselves in the tunnels, so if they commit to this B play, they could be in a bit of trouble here with so many CTs coming up against them.
Definitely. I mean, the AWP is also able to rotate in quite quickly and help from window if needed. So Lollipop and Box, they delay a slight bit, then there's a third player already in position to hold this one down. As I say that, though, Lollipop is the only man to find a frag. Speedak doing what he can, comes back in. It looked like he nearly had that shot being connected. Unfortunately, a little bit off. He ends up getting tagged down, and a 3-on-4 retake with a double up setup with one of the ops already being low health. You kind of need to be crazy to attempt that.
Yeah, Nemiga
crazy.
are not crazy. No, not today at least.
Nah, crazy don't have a team anymore.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
I have to apologize for like every joke I make because I know that they're painful. I think that's the good way to put it. But yeah, Nemiga saving their weapons. Again, they return 1 round, instantly end up losing. So if we stick to the trend, anyway, they'll be losing this next one as well, and then we'll see them bounce back with another. But for their own sake, they are not looking for that to be the case, obviously, especially with his weapons being saved over. They likely will be putting everything into this following round. Even then, though, they can't really afford to drop too much, so they might want to just get some pistols on these other players and ensure that they have a buy in the following one as well. Because, I mean, with a couple pistols behind a double-up setup with an M4, you can still get a lot done. And obviously, at that point, confirming a buy in the next round would be handy, but nah, they go for it.
They're feeling good. They're feeling positive. They've got the MP9s out. And they will be going for the round win. Going for broke here in round number 11. Zorte watching for the cross, but the smoke obscures his vision. Fenvicious, though, might go for this similar mid-push that we saw previously. Pashanoi also joining, and it is Pashanoi again going through the mid doors. This time he decides to play a bit safer, decides not to commit all the way, and it's a good thing he didn't commit fully because Box was waiting on the other side. Zorte spots that man crossing, but Unique have got the short control they were looking for.
Yeah, and quite early on into the round as well. It gives you those kind of basic openings. This is the default that most teams will be aiming for, and has been the case for Unique so far. And we're not seeing Nemiga really being able to contest it, to be fair. At the moment, obviously, with that 3-man B stack in, that wasn't really the goal for them, but with Unique already in position and with them setting up what looks to be an execute, this is going to be a tough hold for Nemiga. It's what? Speedak on the corner with the up. They then have MDS down in the pit. That is the M4, obviously. So the weapons, at least, are here to try and defend. But if the up doesn't pick up 1 or 2 as they're crossing over, then there's probably not a lot that can be done. Tries to play up around that smoke. They're using the car to boost themselves up. Unfortunately, not connected. Will then be forced back down to a bit of a more passive angle, and they've reached the bomb site, so they can plant this safe for short at this point at least. Robin, he's in a small bit of trouble. The nade and the molly. I think the molly's going to kill Box, or rather the nade will. But hang on, Zorte. Yeah, Zorte was able to get that one. Never mind. All the utility being thrown in at once. I presume the nade had done it, but it wasn't the case. A 4-on-4 with the players tagged with the double up setup still in play. This is going to be tough, but there we go. Speedak and MDS. Lollipop on the MP9 gets the spray transfer over on short off the back of a perfect flash from his teammate. Jo supporting him when needed. Oh my god, I was like, they might want to. I was thinking they might want to consider saving since they were in such a tough spot, but they had the short and long control, and both kind of groups finding success.
Yeah, they just win their fights. That's clearly the solution to all their problems. Just win all the fights on long, win all the fights on short.
That's what the in-game leader's like. He's like, just stop being noobs, lads.
Exactly.
Like, what are we doing?
Just shoot them in the head. And that's a good strat, apparently. Nemiga get their 4th round win. Again, it feels like Nemiga are very, very heavily going into this double AWP setup, but we saw Speedak miss some shots just in that previous round. A long battles early into this one, though. Box was blinded, but Kenzor is the man running into the open. Not a favorable fight for him, but look at the response from Unique. They're rushing up through short.
Yeah, really quick play. Speedak doesn't initially expect it, but he does hit the flick across and nearly lined them up right there. Unfortunately, not able to follow up with a second for himself, but there is still the man advantage for Nemiga. Not for much longer, apparently. I meant to say no longer initially. Zorte getting MDS, but it's still a decent position for the CTs. They're not looking too bad. The head, they're being spotted above the bomb site of Passionai as well. And Zorte just not being ready for that quick long flank from Box. He hadn't actually shown himself yet. He's going to go ahead and retrieve the op as well, so obviously that can be dropped back over to Speedak. There's a teammate. Nemiga all contributing. And they broke the curse. They had broke it in the round before, obviously, but they've also finally managed to get 2 rounds together for themselves. But they also stopped Unique from being able to get 2 rounds. They were only able to get the 1 before now, of course, as I said, Nemiga with 2 of their own, bringing it back up into a little bit of a closer position. And against this eco, should be able to get themselves another.
He definitely hopes so. And in that previous round there, Unique were very much relying on just the timing window to push through short, because they spotted 3 players stacked at A long on the CT side, so they just decided, we're going to push short, we're going to try and just trade onto the site. And even though that worked okay for them, Nemiga stayed in positions where they could just hold it pretty safe from long, where they could take some reasonably good fights. And now Unique, as you said, have just got the pistols in this one. Speedak watching a very tight angle. The flashbang will force him away from the angle. And JYO also focused on mid with his AWP. Both snipers currently looking at this position, and JYO will land a pretty easy shot there.
Yeah, when you definitely expect him to be able to connect, and he does so. Confirming a bigger advantage here into a round where, of course, it is just the pistols and Kevlar, so they probably aren't expecting a lot from Team Unique, but they could definitely still do some damage and get some impact in this one, especially with Lollipop already going down close to the door. Now it's an op solo in B. Jo needs to hit some fantastic shots, gets the first. The no-scope not able to follow up. I thought you might be able to pop another one off before going down, but he doesn't. And as we suddenly see a 2-on-3 in play, this round has just been stolen away by Team Unique. Robin is robbing it away. And MDS is, at this point, maybe considering saving, giving himself that kill. 1-on-2, both players tagged up. I think at this point he definitely goes for it. But he is not being quiet. Passionai definitely should be hearing this. Yeah, flash throw. Hello? Are they not communicating? Fenvicious is still alive. The nade goes in, though. It doesn't get the kill. What the hell is going on right now? He is going to actually be given the chance to swing out. Passionai on the Cardo, not going to be spotted. Tucked in as far as he could towards that corner. What was up there? Why did Fenvicious not realize he was coming tunnels? That should have been called.
Well, it doesn't cost them, I guess, is the main takeaway we can get from that round. I also don't know how that nade didn't kill Fenvicious. It looked like it was going to land close enough.
It done like 6 damage. It
yeah.
I thought it was landing right on top of him from our perspective, obviously, because we were focused on Jo over in, or on MDS rather, in the tunnels. So I was like, yeah, that looks like it's landing right on him. Done like 3 damage. I was like, what?
Yeah, I think it must have gone too far, but like even then, the player was so low, it probably should have got the kill. But nades in CSGO are never reliable. Never trust a nade. And Zorte's already got the opening kill of this round. JYO with the AWP there, again going for the mid play. This time though, there was an AWP against him, and Zorte lands the shot. So Team Unique looking really good now on this T side. Off the back of that round win with just the pistols, they can try and keep it going here in round 14, and they've got the exact start they were looking for.
Yeah, giving themselves, if they were to get this one, a great chance to actually pull out 10 on the T side, which would be a pretty comfortable position. Not Molotov going to force Box back off and stop him from really being able to do anything with this 5-7 right now. Again, considering they have the double up setup, they've already lost the A bomb site. They know they're down by a player. If they don't get a kill really quickly here, then they don't really have many options about moving forward, especially without a kit. there is a player in the spawn. In theory, if they could catch Robin here, give that extra AK over to Box to save, then that would be fantastic. But he's gotten himself a FAMAS, so I think they're kind of happy with how that's gone. They were maybe looking to try and work in from short, but it did get smoked off, and at that point, they had to confirm the save. 9 for Unique. It's obviously given Nemiga a chance to try and fight back up to 6 here at the halftime, but Unique are looking much, much better overall than they were back on Vertigo. And again, it's kind of surprising to me, despite this being their map choice, just because when we looked at their previous games, they were struggling massively, not only on Dust2, but all maps, really.
Yeah, definitely signs of life from Unique. Heading into the last round of the half, Nemiga will use the gun stay saved. MDS getting a FAMAS. I think Box is just stuck with a 5.7, so one pistol in the mix, but for the most part, good rifles, good weaponry available for Nemiga into this last round, and we will see if they can make the most of it. Team Unique, though, already with 9 rounds, they've got a good T half. They could make it 10, and they could make it a really good half for themselves here. Fanvicious moving into short. The short control has been pretty free in these rounds for Unique, and again, they're going back to it here, but Speedak responds with some aggression of his own, pushing A long and landing that shot through the wall. Robin chunked down to half health, and Zorte gets the opening frag, but Box up close is able to trade, and that smoke just drops at the mid doors, so Box can get back to safety with an AK in hand.
That's a recovery that they're going to be feeling really happy with now. A 4-on-4 with the damage being done as well. Obviously, normally favoring the T's a little bit, but since they had that weaker weapon, since Box has now been able to upgrade, I don't think they'll be feeling too upset about how this is kicked off. MDS, though, still aggressive on short. Only has a FAMAS. Did get spotted first. Has somehow dealt out the damage in his own favor, as he initially dinked down Fanvicious and eventually was able to finish him off as well. In the meantime, though, that aggression from Box around the doors is very surprising to me. Thinking that I guess they were all moving up towards short. Tried to push through the doors, went down, and has now left Lollipop on that B-bomb site alone. MDS realizing that is trying to make the play happen, but coming through the smoke, Robin still spotting it. Lollipop now in towards the tunnels is going to have to try and steal this round away from the Diaz, and it's going to be such a difficult task indeed. Gets spotted by Genzor and taken down, and now it's all on Speedak. Again, my ping is spiking here on the GoTV. My internet is being a big noob, so I don't know if my voice is lagging. I do hope that's not the case, but 10-5 at the halftime. A fantastic recovery. I mean, it was looking like the Nemiga themselves were going to start bringing back a few rounds and manage to get it into a decent position, but falling a little bit short in the end there. Unique now feeling good with 10 at the halftime, and the question is, can they go ahead and close this one out and put it onto a map 3? We're going to find out real soon, guys. As always, we are just going to have a few minutes for the halftime break.
Down the world and back again. Ready, let's go. 'Cause you know like I know, we'll take it round and round again. So far from close. It's so hard to find my destiny. Try not to drift apart, 'cause you'll be right back at the start. And I don't wanna keep on falling. I gotta stay recalling memories we've lost and found. Explain to me what it's all about. thoughts left in my head. My mind's not mine and it won't forget. But you bring me back from my darkness black as the soul in me and the heart I have for you.
Looking good for Team Unique here on Dust2 to get their first map win throughout the entirety of the road to Rio. Their map pick, they've got a 10-5 lead, and they're looking to close it out heading into this second half.
Yeah, that's the big thing to be fighting for, as you said, Hawkett. Their first map win potentially, as they are sitting pretty with a 10-5 half, and Fenvicious is being given a lot more time than I would be given in a Gold Nova game to tap away there on mid, I'm not going to lie. I don't know how he didn't die. He was being very, very patient himself. I'm propsing him for that, but there were so many players out there shooting at him, so he should have been gone. Nemiga do eventually get rid of him, and with that, obtain the man advantage, at least for a couple of moments, because all three players then moving in from the mid doors and the CT spawn managed to remove him, bringing it back into the 3-on-3, and they do have a kit.
And they got time to work with here on the Unique side of things. Let's see if they can find some good fights, though, because MDS close range. The Glock eventually gets the kill, and it's all on Zorte. Kit in hand, but low health, and Speedak nails the shot close range. Finally, some headshots land, rather than a bunch of shots to the body, which took a long time to get the kills previously. The headshot's much more effective, and with Nemiga winning that pistol round, they should be good to go in this next one. Although Team Unique, again, going for the force buy. Classic on Dust2 to get at least one scout in there. Deegs on the rest of the players. So can't count Unique out of this round just yet.
I had to watch that back. Yeah, that was a very prolonged fight on mid. It was very strange. I honestly felt like I had gone on like a Smurf and Nova account or something. I was just watching people play, because I don't know how he lived so long, at least from Fenvicious' point of view, just because of the fact that he wasn't being hit while standing there patiently tapping away. Yeah, Nemiga recovered though in the end. They were able to get themselves the round win. Now it's Unique who are on the force buy, of course. If this doesn't work out for them at that point, you'll likely see Nemiga coming back up to 8 rounds. So this is a fairly big one for them to actually try and pick up. And the flash over to allow Robin to peek in, I was going to say, gave him a big chance to catch a couple of kills. Unfortunately, it's not allowed. Jo manages to deal with him alongside the rotation in onto the bomb site as well. So Passionai is gone, the remaining 3 in that CT spawn. The bomb is, of course, yet to be planted, so maybe they were looking to stick around for a moment and see what they could do, but eventually just backing away, realizing, yeah, there's probably not much we can. No kit, no utility apart from a single flash, a scout, and a couple of deagles that could help us out in this following round.
Yeah, definitely the safer call at this point. Retake was never going to happen for them. And they should be okay to save these guns, especially with Nemiga having some players low on health. The players with the AKs especially are not going to want to take any risks here. So they'll just be saving on over. A little gentleman's agreement between both teams to save on opposite sides of the map. And Nemiga will get themselves a 7th round win. Again, they do need to still be aware of these guns that are saved by Team Unique into this next round, but they should be pretty safe at this point to get this game a little bit closer. Team Unique may be able to buy a pistol or 2. Other than that, not going to be much, though. It's mainly going to be the saved guns for them here.
Yeah, I mean, considering they'd fully invested into that previous one, you really don't want to be buying much here. You get 2,900, so they'll have a pretty solid buy in the next round, but even then, that's kind of just about the amount you want to be able to actually get all of the utility behind that rifle, get yourself kits as well in play, and all of the likes. Zorte actually finding the opening kill, though, over towards mid, I believe that was. I was focused on the players who were just at that moment pushing out to get the long control, which they have also found. So with that on top of the man advantage, oh no, Zorte, he actually rotated back up towards A. What is going on? He is just destroying them right now. Able to give room now for Robin even to try and push through, but with a P2000, there wasn't really much to be done. I think he was waiting for that flash to come over from a teammate so that he could try and catch them off guard alongside his teammates spamming through, but yeah, back down to the 3-on-3. Good work from Zorte, he done some good damage at least. Oh my god, and they might have more.
Yeah, they very well could have. Kenzel's got another kill. JYO's in an awkward position, having to take the fight, but he wins it over on long. Now he's got control of this position, while MDS focuses on the bomb site, sprays onto the first man. Fen Vicious has the AK in hand, but damage done. The spray is successful, and Nemiga hold on to the round win, even if it ends up coming a little closer than they would have wanted there. They're only able to survive with 2 players, but at least they get the job done. At least they get the round win over the line, because now they're going to have to deal with the full buy from Team Unique. AWP in hand for Zorte, full rifles on the rest of the players.
Yeah, and on top of it, the damage that they've done, that is actually quite fantastic. If Unique pick up this opening gun round, then Nemiga really aren't going to have any money for themselves to buy back up in this next one, apart from onto a couple of the players, really. So it's a good opportunity. Look how quick that long control was coming in from Lollipop. Tried to chase down Robin. Notice that he was falling back towards the bomb site. The issue is there was also the op there to support Zorte. The man who in that previous round was able to get 2 with just the scout. So with that much more effective AWP now in his hands, you do have to be a little bit scared. Passionai, he just pushed straight through mid and up behind short.
They should be fine to get this bomb down at this point at the very least, but in a 3v5, it's not the ideal scenario. There's also an incendiary which could arrive on the site, but it's not come in time. So bomb plant is secure. Let's see if the round win is going to follow for them. JYO gets the initial angle, but there's a man in CT spawn, and Kenzor eventually picks up the refrag. MDS and Speedak trying to fight this one down, and Speedak gets more kills. 3 kills for Speedak on the hold. And now Kenzor is looking to see what he can do, but he can't land a shot. MDS so low on health, but somehow he gets away with it. A 2v4, I think, at the end there. Speedak just banging off heads, getting kills with the AWP, and he gets them the round win.
Whew. Damn. Oh, this is heartbreaking for Unique. We said they're fighting for their first map win. They had a good chance there in that round. They had a strong opening into it, and in the end, aren't able to actually close it out. Speedak steps up. This man is a monster. Always has been. Speedak always one of those players you look towards, and you always expect him to be able to at least carry his own weight, if not do more. He's a very consistent player. Zorte actually finding the nade on the box. Was that 2 nades, I believe? I do imagine that Robin also drew one out there from the door alongside of him for them actually be able to get that frag. MDS still pulls 1 back though on Zorte. Oh, the long aggression. Yeah, Passionai has made it out to get the AK. Nearly manages to find the player on short, but he still would have been in trouble. There was another man ready to come up through mid, being MDS to help out, and he actually was the one to get that kill in the end as well.
Ooh. Nice lineup for MDS. Both players getting headshotted at mid. Makes the spray look very clean when you get the headshots like that. And Kenzor, okay, 1 shot lands, but Speedak's waiting in the wings with the AWP. No ace for MDS. He gets dealt with at the end there, but he brings it to a 10-10 scoreline, and the Nemiga economy is starting to look a little bit better now. Speedak's got the AWP again. They've got a bit of money in the bank. Team Unique, however, have got that buy going. Again, same as the previous round. AWP on Zorte, rifles on the rest of the squad. They've got everything they could want into this round, and we need to see them start to win some rounds on this CT side. Otherwise, Team Unique could be in trouble here.
I mean, they were looking to have a unique experience by actually winning a map here, but it's kind of slipping away from them a little bit. Oh, Passionai, he is going to be caught with the smoke out. Actually gets his gun back in hands. And with that, managed to find himself a kill. That was a better recovery from than I was expecting to see, but it is still the man advantage for Nemiga, at least up until that point, because Robin pulls him back, but he's been taken low, is forced to kind of play a little bit more passive now around this position. Also, I believe, yeah, oh, that was fantastic. The Molotov forced them back through the smoke into the waiting arms of Lollipop.
And these B players are, again, having to try and rotate over to A, but with the bomb being planted and the man disadvantage, they're not liking their chances. I mean, yeah, you were saying that Unique are looking for a unique experience in terms of just getting at their first map win. Maybe a more unique experience would be losing every single map in the tournament, because I don't think any other team's going to be doing that.
True.
That's the way they're looking at it.
I was thinking a bit more positive for them. Or at least I was trying to. But yeah, no, that would definitely be the more unique experience. I believe over in one of the CIS groups at the moment is just crazy in terms of how close everyone is on the score.
Yeah, literally everyone's got 2 wins, 2 losses, right?
On like 6. I think everyone was on like 6 points. Yeah. Me
Yeah.
and Mitch were looking at it last night. Like, oh god, we're not even gonna try and break down who can make it through on that one.
Basically, just every game's important. That's what you need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, this group's a bit more clear-cut with some of the teams at the top and, unfortunately, the teams at the bottom, like Unique. They've saved some guns here, though, so we've got to keep in mind that they're still in this game. It's only a 1-round deficit. They've still got the rifles out. Zorte has an AWP as well, so not a bad buy for them, but again, they've had issues just holding onto this A site early, and Pashano is going to play aggressive on short alongside his teammate here.
Yeah, not relenting. Oh, the scopes have definitely been heard though by Box. As you said, had some help, but it's gone up towards the top of mid, so right now Box could certainly catch this off guard. Zorte going to begin to fall back away, and Passionai, he peeks back in to check it out. Gonna have himself that kill on Box quite easily. They are committing to B now in the meantime, and as they do so, hit by a flash to slow them down slightly. Fenvicious gets one, pops back in for a second before he will eventually go down. So they keep the man advantage at least, but there's a chance here. Nemiga, they've crossed over to the bomb site. I think Team Unique want to put a stop to this really before they can set themselves up properly. They already have one coming quickly in through behind on tunnels. Lollipop getting wall banged down, and with that being an easy kill for Robin, it is all on SpeedAct. This man already has a massive clutch to his name, but it's a bit too much, as I said, with that flank coming in, which he did not expect.
And Nemiga trying their luck on the B side of the map. They've generally been getting those bomb plants on A pretty consistently, but they were grouped up in tunnels at the start of this round. They ended up trying to commit to the B play after losing that man at mid. And Unique show a fairly solid hold there on the B bomb site, just making sure they're always on top in terms of the numbers so that they can at least try the retake, and then the retake is successful for them. So anyone's game here, 11-11. Let's see if Nemiga go back to the A side of the map now, because they've generally had a pretty good time going through short. Some of the rounds they've had success on A long as well, maybe after taking short control in some of the rounds. So I'd expect them to just go back to the A side of the map, where Pashanoi is pushing again. This man is really looking to make himself known right now. He's really looking to be a nuisance, but Lollipop's ready for it. Easy kill on the edge of the smoke.
Yeah, taking the long control as well. Unique do want to fight for this back, realizing that at this point, not having shown any presence on short themselves, they also could have lost this, so they need to at least control one of these areas, and taking long so far is not going too well for them. They end up losing one more before Zorte is able to return with his AWP, but at this point now, kind of left just split up across the map, one player towards each bomb site, one in mid who is now gone. And SpeedAct on the up is going to find the frag, and with that now grouping up, bringing it over to B. They know the up is on A, at most just one here, and it is going to be Kenzor, who's entrusted with trying to solo this bomb site up against 4. Doesn't have any utility apart from one flash, which he isn't going to get his chance to throw out, I don't believe. Instead tries to catch that first player off guard. Instead, Box wins it out, and Zorte is left to back away. With the economy that Team Unique have, it is not looking too fantastic for them. They get 2,900, so they can go ahead and buy back up at least. But the op certainly helps out with something that otherwise they probably would struggle to afford.
Now, Lollipop stepping up with 2 good kills for Nemiga as well when they need him the most. He's been a bit quieter than usual on this map, considering he's normally their standout player. He's not having a bad game, but he's just been a little bit more under the radar. But in this round, he steps it up, and that could be very, very valuable for them.
They want this up. They do not want to let this be saved at all. They don't have a lot of money themselves, but I guess feeling comfortable knowing that if they take this away, it is going to impact that buy in the next round for Unique. Already losing one player. They definitely don't want to lose their own up. Careful, SpeedAct. You don't want to go down. And yeah, he will be able to survive in the end, thankfully. So they do in the end actually allow for that one AWP to be carried over. That's going to give them a full buy. If they had have taken that away at that point, then maybe we would have seen the eco coming in. But you can see with the drop especially, they're able to go ahead and get out a relatively strong investment. Nades could be a little bit better, but they are not bad either. So this is another chance for Team Unique, but Nemiga have gone ahead and reclaimed the control now.
Yeah, they fully turned it round here on their T side. Okay then, Lollipop spraying through the smoke. Normally that fight favors the CT slightly because you've got a better idea as to where your opponent's playing from. You know that there's a small choke point that he can be in, but Lollipop gets the lineup just right through those smokes to get a free pick at the start of this round for Nemiga. And now that they've got the man advantage, with the CTs also having very little utility left in this round, Nemiga have got a lot to work with here. It feels like this is their round to lose at this point almost.
it's really getting straining on Team Unique right now. Oh, they want to go aggressive. Yeah, I was going to say having lost this control around the short area. They still had one player up close, but he was initially mollied off. Pounced off the back of it before it faded away completely with a flash from his teammate. And Zorte sticking around as well, as posted up to get one as they come around the corner. Oh, takes the fight to long. Actually wasn't far off hitting that shot. Comes back in to go ahead and take down MDS. And he just keeps fragging. Zorte has certainly been one of the highlights for Team Unique so far. And he could go ahead and tie it back up at 12-12. And with the help of Fenvicious, will do so.
Some real heroics from Zorte there. And for what it's worth, he has been their highest rated player in the last 3 months. He's their only player who's above a 1 rating as the AWPer of the team. So far in this tournament, though, it's not obviously translated as much. Oh, wow.
Robin is stuck on dualies.
He actually got dualies.
Yeah, apparently.
That's the weapon of choice, is it?
Oh, he has an M4, okay.
Oh.
I was a little worried for him, I'm not going to lie. It's not the ideal weapon on Dust2 at all. There is a few close range positions, but especially if you had to do anything such as a retake, at that point you would have been screwed. So yeah, the M4, the only real weakness then being the MP9. Robin has 3 guns, so I mean, that's a pretty big buff.
Yeah, just keep those other 2 in your back pocket in case you need them.
Exactly.
Probably won't need them in this round. At least I hope not. Otherwise, something's probably gone horribly wrong. Smoke for CT as the mid control is there for Nemiga. Ooh, counter flashes from the Unique side, but they're not able to push through the smokes. So Nemiga get that early mid control, and they get a pick. MDS not able to get back to safety, though. Pashano pounces through the smoke. Here comes the B play, though. Oh, the timing here is terrible for Kenzel. He's caught in transition, and Nemiga get both kills on the B side of the map.
Yeah, Zorte feeling the pressure again, needs to try and aggress. Actually takes so much damage from that Molotov as he goes forward on short, and with that, they've completely given up on their hopes of this round. And yeah, no, Op going to be carried over anyway, unless Robin can pick it up now for himself. But even then, the teams are still going to try and hunt this one down, so he needs to get some kills. And there we go, gets the first 2. Good work by Robin, but now he's A health. The question is, do Nemiga still want to hunt this? Because look at their economy. They have pretty much none themselves. They don't want to get put in a position where they could be losing 1 round and at that point getting put onto an eco. So they do ideally want to save over both of these weapons, ensure that they're going to be able to drop their teammates in this following, or at least Lollipop, I believe, is going to need one. But Nemiga, they've done it. They've reclaimed the lead. It's been back and forth for these past few rounds, but obviously with Team Unique being on the CT side, they can't afford to keep letting that happen. We're still hunting down. There's another one, the rifle's gone. So really good damage. This gives a chance now. Obviously, Team Unique themselves are going to struggle a small bit here in this round to actually buy up. I don't know if they will. They might be willing to take that 1 eco. But they've kept the economy of Nemiga in a very, very fragile place.
Yeah, definitely getting down to crunch time. And again, similar to the previous map, both teams forget they have timeouts until near the end of the game. And then they realize, okay, time to talk things over because these rounds are very important. I feel like now we're just going to see Nemiga use a timeout as well.
I guess early as well is when you're going to actually be trying all the things you've practiced, and then if they're not working, you're like, yeah, no, we need to call the timeout. So I guess it kind of does make sense. But sometimes it can be nice to get it in before one of those gun rounds anyway. Just compose yourself, be like, yeah, this is exactly what we're going to do, and we've seen kind of the magic that pauses can have in affecting a team's performance. Like, you can be getting stomped, the team calls in a pause, and suddenly they're gods. We've seen it a few times.
Yeah, sometimes it's even worth calling it, even if it's just to try and break your opponent's momentum, or even if it's not always fully for your own game, just to kind of take stock.
Some teams just call them on 15 as BM. I've seen that a couple times. It's rare, but I've seen it a couple times.
It's also an option.
Yeah, oh, nah, it's normally a person like, okay, we need to close this out. Let's not make any mistakes. Fighting over towards long was apparently not a mistake for Team Unique in this round. So much damage done by the Molotov as well. Zorte gets himself 1 more, but it's a double from Lollipop to keep them in it. Unfortunately, he goes down 2, leaving it on Jo now. Bomb is over on long. Tries to catch that 1 player on mid, which if he had have done, Passionai was low, so it would have been quite winnable. But he didn't quite expect it, or at least Kenzor didn't get caught off guard as much as I was expecting him to. So 13-13, the scoreline is tied back up. And look at that economy. We mentioned it. I mentioned it just like 2 rounds ago, that their economy was in a terrible position after the damage that had been done. And now they're looking at the eco. Even a double eco onto a couple of players.
Yeah, that round was, what, a grand total of 25 seconds there, and it's 25 seconds that Nemiga are going to want back, because it's put them in a really poor position now in this game. Scoreline even, but the buy is very much in favor of Unique in this round. We're going to see some quick mid-aggression. No smoke yet for CT. Finally, it's put into place, but there are 3 players stacked on the B bomb site. Thankfully, Nemiga are going back to A, but they've got no nades to deal with the AWP of Zorte. It could be easy pickings if they're not careful, but Zorte missing some shots allows them to cross to the bomb site safely. Finally, he lands another one, and Robin, up close with the MP9, is wreaking havoc. Against the pistols, the MP9's always a good weapon to have. So the bomb plant, at the very least, coming in for Nemiga gives them some more money.
Yeah, it's always going to be a little bonus. As I had pointed out with 2 players on a double eco, that really was needed. It's going to, as you pointed out, boost it up a little bit, and actually just enough for both of those players now to be able to afford. At least if they want to go for rifles. They won't get nades. They'd have to go for a weaker weapon in that case. You could see maybe Galil coming out for JO box, though. He's already gone for the AK. Wants the ability for that one tap towards the head. I guess Nemiga feeling like they probably are the better individual players with how this has been going so far. But right now, obviously, haven't given up the lead, down by 1. Team Unique, they are in easily the best position we've seen them to try and actually pick up a map here so far. So this is where they want to do it. They are looking to get this one with that, confirm at least the overtime, and confirm going into the next round that they'd be up against a pretty weak buy to actually have the chance to close it out.
Unique currently jostling for the tunnels control, it looks like. A couple of players at least playing close to the tunnels, and yeah, they are now pushing that position. Molotov was thrown to the right side, so they fully cleared out B tunnels here. The CTs with a lot of early information to work with. They're going to leave Fen Vicious alone in tunnels with the FAMAS and start to rotate and start to stack the A side of the map. Oh, Fen Vicious, the timing is just right, but he doesn't get the kill. That's a big whiff. That's a big mistake at this portion of the game. He needed at least 1 kill, but Speedak survives on a slither of health, and that could be so costly for Team Unique.
Oh, yeah. As you said, Speedak is at least still low, so that's a positive, but doesn't matter. With the up, he can still have impact, and he's already gone ahead and done so. Finding Robin, who is peeking up close on mid. Passionai still just on the other side of these doors, so he may try and pounce eventually, but for the moment, his team is outnumbered severely in the 3-on-5, so the question is, how much is he actually going to be able to do? It's Zorte who's up close on short with the op. He's been having a pretty strong game so far. That previous round was a little bit awkward as they were crossing over, but those shots can be difficult to hit, but they have no idea. Kenzar's pushed up in the tunnels. At this point, probably going to be funneled into A, where, of course, the op is going to be waiting, where they have the quick flank then through mid as well. Zorte already finding 1, but this is a difficult angle to work with when you're on the op. Instead, just leaving Passionai to come in and try and get one from behind. And they've confirmed themselves the man advantage, at least, as that bomb goes down, and Box is screwed. He's in the molly. Yeah, not going to be able to connect that shot. If he had have gotten one, it would have been nice, but Jo, either way, got himself that kill, and is now in the 1-on-2. Zorte up close, actually pinned in the corner, seeing the flash coming over from the bomb site, so he has the info, gets the first kill, and is now waiting for Kenzar to show himself, just swings in instead, and finds the headshot. 14-14, Unique. That is a tough one for them to lose. They had the, what, 3-on-1?
Yeah, they thought they turned it round, especially when you're in the 3v2 retake and you get a kill with just the Molotov. You think that that's going to put you in great shape to win the round. But JYO was able to, I think, trade one of his teammates there, the man who was in the molly. He was able to get the kill while that was happening, turned it into that 1v2, and then just gets both those kills. Just shows confidence as well in the clutch to take the fight at the end there. It's such a massive point in the game. Both teams continue to buy, though. This game just keeps on giving. We're going the distance. We're going to round 30. We're going to have to see who gets to 15 rounds first, though. Zorte's got the AWP in his hands. M4s, FAMASs, MP9s, all sorts of weapons in the mix for the CT side. And Nemiga, even after winning the round, also have a couple of weaknesses with some Galils in there. So the money continues to be a factor here as we head into round 29.
Yeah, if it was the other way around, it would have been Nemiga on an even worse investment than what Unique have right now. So they've kind of missed out on a massive chance of closing it off the back of an easy enough round. Instead, now they're fighting to try and keep themselves in contention for this victory in regulation, and it's not going too well for them so far. The trades on towards B go in favor of Nemiga. Zorte gets one back at least as the mid push comes in, but Unfortunately, it's probably still not going to be enough. They may want to consider saving coming into this next round. What, they get 1900? Obviously, that is nowhere near enough for a buy. An up definitely wouldn't be afforded. The MP9 probably even couldn't come out at that point. They'd likely be on pistols more so. So yeah, the save is definitely the choice they're going to be going for. Robin, I think, is getting himself a rifle on mid. Is it gone?
It's a Galil, so I don't know if he even wants it.
Has he just said no? The Galil isn't bad, Robin.
I'd take a Galil over an MP9, I think.
He's just too used to being privileged with the AK. That's what it is.
I know, right? There may be another gun he's getting.
I think he's just waiting. I think he wanted to see if anyone would exit on mid. He'll probably take it afterwards. Probably didn't want to make noise until he had to either.
What? What? Why?
Even his teammates shot him. Like, what are you doing? I just can't.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Take a timeout after that, surely. Just for your own sanity.
My sanity, please.
I know, honestly, man. We're heading into round 30, guys. Oh, there we go. Nemiga have done it for us. Maybe that's just Nemiga
like,
saying,
you need it,
got
guys.
to the bomb.
Oh my god, they needed that weapon.
They
Even the MP9, let alone the Galil. Oh god, what are they doing? Is that how they're going to end it? I mean, they started it with Vicious throwing himself off the map on Vertigo.
Maybe they've got some heroics left in them, Dean, with the low buy. Maybe this is the moment they were waiting for. Hopefully, for their sake, because otherwise, they're going to be very, very sad. Zorte's been having a very good game. I think he saved the AWP, right? I think it's on the floor somewhere. So that's maybe a sign of life. He's got 28 kills to his name. He might need some more to take us to overtime. AWP in his hand. Let's see if Zorte can be the hero that Unique so desperately need in this round.
I'm in pain. I'm really glad we have Vitality versus Heretics coming up next. Washing my eyes out.
Watch that be even worse than this now, somehow.
Nah. Unique have just had a unique experience for us to watch. This flank though, right now from Passion Eye, only an MP9. If he had a rifle, that'd be perfect. But he could have a chance to catch them off guard. The question is, when does he pounce? Because they are going to be watching it for the moment. Obviously, knowing they have no control anywhere else on the map.
Here we go. Smoke put down by Robin. He's playing up close. Zorte gets one kill, and Kenzor also chimes in. Unique having some success, but Pashano whiffs the shots on the flank at long. Into a 3 versus 3. Bomb is moving on to the bomb site, but Unique continue to play close. Kenzor's waiting patiently. He's looking for the battle here. This smoke is cutting off the vision of the AWP, so Zorte continuing to just try and find a fight. 3v3 post plant, and Zorte lands another shot. Lollipop looking for action, but he whiffs the shots, and it's all on speed at 1 versus 3 with the AWP. The bomb here, I think, is planted for him. He's having a look at the bomb site right now. First shot is good. Speedak, oh, it's not planted for him. It's behind the box, and Speedak peeks with the pistol. He thought they were on the bomb. They should have time at the end here. They have the kit. So, Dean, they've done it. We're going to overtime.
Yay, we're getting more.
Just what Dean wanted. Just what the doctor wanted.
I'm messing. Okay, as long as Unique don't do weird things like that where they... I can't even remember who it was at this point. I kind of just blocked it out. But as long as they're not doing weird things like that, throwing away weapons and stuff, that was a good round from them. They're being able to fight back in despite having the weaker buy overall. And yeah, confirming the overtime. There's still a chance here to try and win. There's just been a few rounds. It's not all the time. And it seems like a couple rounds have just been questionable. But obviously, one big thing now being that they don't really have to worry about the economy coming into the overtime. Unless it goes up to that third round and they've lost the open in 2. Especially if you're on the CT side, then you can really struggle to get the buyout. So that doesn't... They definitely can't let that be the case. And there's a strong start. Jo off the back of the spawn actually taking the up over towards long. And with that find in Zorte, a big find. The man who's been having so much impact for his team. He's up there on 30 frags right now. Top fragging the entire server.
Yeah, and he did get the 2 kills in that last round of regulation, which helped bring them to this point in the first place. So they're going to have to do it without him in this round. Robin pushing through short, taking a ton of damage from the nades, but Box is waiting, and Vicious peeks onto his position. Bomb being planted, and MDS struggling to connect those shots. It's a 4v4 post plant, and the question is, are Team Unique going to try this retake? Maybe not now, because JYO's got another kill.
That pretty much kind of seals them out. I think they might want to still go for it because they just have to save them in the next round. As I said, they still have enough for this following one, no matter what, being in the overtime. And Passion Eye has found them a bit of an opening, so yeah, there's still chances there. It's actually come back in their favor. Trades on towards Speedak as well. It's MDS to save the day. Didn't initially realize Passionai had crossed to the bomb site already, but I believe he does know that now. And with low health, I was going to say it should be easy enough, but he gets the headshot just to confirm it. 16-15 Nemiga, they bounce back as they come into the overtime and find the opening round. Can they keep that up? As I said, if they get the second one, there's a good chance they find the third off the back of it.
Yeah, you already see here in this round, for example, Pashanoi has had to drop the AWP over to Zorte because the money is already starting to come a bit into question. They're fine for this round, obviously. They've got pretty much full nades. Pashanoi is just saving a bit of cash, I think, but if it comes to the next round, they will have some problems. Box going for a fast play through mid. Decides not to push through the mid doors. Lollipop waiting here at A-Long. The nade just tickles him down to 86 health. And Box has decided to take this short control. So Nemiga taking a more standard approach to the start of this round. Using a couple of their nades early though, and MDS is having a little look through the mid doors, seeing if there's a fight available to him. The flash goes over and Pashanoi is not going to expect this, or maybe he is, because he's got the kill up close. Good shot from Pashanoi, great shot from Speedak as well, but it's not the kill. It's Box moving in for the frag into CT spawn. 3v4 after the dust is settled.
Yeah, unfortunately, not having the actual smoke in the CT spawn, that's what would have given them the cover to be able to get that kill, and at that point actually start splitting in with them to get the control and maybe even go towards B. But yeah, 3-on-4 for the moment. It is a man advantage for Unique. They have themselves a pretty decent position, and it looks like the Nemiga are going to just go ahead and commit out through short. That smoke, though, having a bit of a gap, it gives the vision. The collateral actually being connected. It's not enough for the kill on Speedak, but it leaves them on the brink of death at this point. Oh my god, what? He hits, was that a no-scope or a quick-scope? I don't even care at this point. It's a one-on-one. Vicious, he jumped, he knows where he is. Oh my god, okay, that's one way to end it. What is this game?
Is this Call of Duty or is it Counter-Strike? Nobody knows. We're getting jumping shots, we're getting no-scope / quick-scope clats, we're getting all sorts. I can't explain to you what we're seeing, but I can tell you it's 16-16. I can tell you we're still going strong. I can't say anything else, Dean, because I just can't explain that.
I'm currently rewatching that because that was just crazy.
It
Yeah, that
felt
was
like
the
a no-scope,
no-scope,
yeah.
I believe.
Or a very, very quick scope. So quick that I couldn't catch it.
Very quick scope, yeah. Oh, God.
One of those two.
What is this game so far, man? Coming down to the wire here as well. Whew. Short control early on, at least, found for the Nemiga. Unique, though, they actually have a good opportunity now off the back of that round to still try and come out with the lead here, maybe at the halftime.
Yeah, Speedak probably won't be doing as many crazy things considering he's got the scout in this round. We'll see, though. You never know. You can land some nice headshots with that weapon, of course. Pashanoi waiting off the back of these smokes, holding this headshot angle. One Molotov comes in, a second Molotov to follow, but he can stay on the ramp here. That molly actually hits him a little bit, but Robin in CT spots the player that's dropped down. JYO able to get the trade, and MDS gets another onto the bomb site. 3 versus 3 for Nemiga. They take A control.
Yeah, but Unique actually do have a good health advantage, at least moving forward. Zorte being the only one who's tagged up on the opposite. The M4s can still have some freedom of movement for sure. Unfortunately, Jo actually gives them back the long control, and Vicious is only able to find one, and Kenzor, his position's known. He's already shot off a couple of bullets. Obviously, he has to move in with it being the final round here, the first half of the overtime, but it's not going to be easy, and as he jumps up to find the info, MDS, he gets the info too, spots him, takes off the head, and Nemiga, they do bounce back and get themselves the lead heading into the second half of the overtime. So kind of just trading back and forth there. Kind of how Dust2 has been going so far, so not surprising that's what we stick to in the overtime. But obviously it leaves Nemiga in a bit of an easier position. They need 2 rounds to win. On the other hand, Unique, if they want to get the win here in this overtime anyway, they need to get all 3.
Blow for blow in this game so far. Nemiga looking to keep on going into their CT side. Robin taking quick control of A-Long, and after seeing those nades, Nemiga are not going to be fighting for it. Playing back from the bomb site, they might try and fight for short, and Unique have so many players here. Smoke goes down, but Speedak's landed the first shot. He may need to do more, though. Speedak keeps on going. Second shot to his name, and he's looking for more here. Up close and personal with the AWP. The Molotov goes in. Vicious falls forwards, but Robin is in on the flank. It's a 3v2 for Nemiga. They are going to have to let the bomb be planted, though.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. Lollipop not waiting for his teammates either. Is actually just going to push forward through that short smoke. That's a very interesting choice. Now it's back in a 2-on-2. His other teammates don't actually currently have kits in their possession. I would imagine there is some lying around. They will be able to perhaps get on their way back in, but it's given Unique the opportunity to go ahead and try and tie things up. They have a flash ready as well. The timing of this could be perfect. J.O. though getting ready to push up through the smoke right now. This could be a little bit awkward. They are waiting for it to fade away, I believe. But it's also given some room for Box to move forward because they're both so focused on short. But there we go. It may not matter. The kill comes in. The flash was thrown out from Gandalf. So Box has a good idea about where that player is positioned. But he still doesn't really have the chance to do anything because the time is already gone. Just takes an AK and backs off. 17-70.
Yeah, he also didn't currently have the kit in his possession, which might have influenced his decision slightly there. Having to try and keep track of picking up a kit and winning the round just was going to be very difficult on the retake with such little time left on the clock. So all tied up. I mean, again, it's just back and forth. No team can take a comfortable lead, a convincing lead, it seems. And it comes down to the last 2 rounds of this first overtime to see if we are going to have a decisive result or if we go to a second overtime. Early push coming in through mid for Pashanoy. He's got the flashbang as well. Nemiga, though, fighting very long this time. They've been able to hold that area of the map, and they've gone for a deep smoke. So Unique take mid control, but they might be a bit worried about having lost A long. And now Unique will move into short with a couple of flashes.
Yeah, without being challenged either, so they're able to get themselves that control. That was pretty much how it went in regulation as well. Oh, the nade stack though coming in. Only one thrown initially, a second eventually follows up, but not too much more damage on top of what the first one was actually able to connect itself. So we will see now how it goes. A couple players though being tagged up, definitely if they try and move forward, it complicates things a small bit. And Pashanoy, despite being 67, is still willing to fight around this A bomb site right now. He is obviously doing so alone. The rest of them still backed off around short, the back of it that is. I believe probably setting themselves up to try and get some control, or at least show presence around mid. If they can push out a little bit, show some presence, at that point even fall back and go for the short hit. At that point, obviously, in the back of the B players' minds is going to be, okay, there could be still players mid, I need to be careful on the rotate. And it can certainly delay time and also help out. But here we go, the smoke down, they will eventually get moving forward, and I think they actually do want to commit out mid now. There's a smoke though for J.O. Molly, rather.
Now remember that Nemiga are the ones with little money in the banks. They need this round and they might not get it. Lollipop trying to line them up, but he only gets 1 kill on the hold. And at this point, Nemiga have got to be thinking about the save. With such little money in the bank, with the B site lost, there's only one thing on their minds at this point, and it's to try and play for another overtime. They're going to have to back on out of there. And MDS realizes he can't cross along safely, so he's stuck on the A site. This might not be good for him. They're going to hunt him down. Pashanoy could just not clear this angle. Indeed, he is going to fall, but there's another man waiting. Robin seeing if he can maybe find the right angle. MDS could really do with saving this gun, though. Moves back to the A site, and Unique might as well hunt. They've got perfect money, pretty much. They don't need to worry about their economy, but they're not going too aggressively for this one.
Really surprising. I guess wondering if Nemiga could still be somewhat close, waiting for them to run out, and at that point, if they got a kill, would move forward. But yeah, no, kind of surprising that they didn't hunt it down, because as you said, with it being the overtime with their 1 round left, they could afford to throw all of their weapons away and not have any worries in the world about it. But if they could have taken the 2 weapons out of the hands of Nemiga, then the buy here for the CTs would have been disgraceful. I guess that's the best way to put it. You can see off the back of the saved weapons, they are able to get another op into play. But elsewhere, it's a couple of MP9s that Lollipop and Box are forced onto. So this is a great opportunity now for Team Unique to try and close this one out. Oh, Molly. Not doing a lot of damage, but stopping that off from being able to do much over towards long alongside the flash.
Wow, Speedak was in lower tunnels there, I think. He's backed away now, but that's a ballsy way to start this round, considering how much is on the line. Lollipop playing close at the mid doors with this MP9 that he's been forced into using in this round. And you can see Unique here, I think, are clearing out the tunnels because they realized that someone had pushed into this position. So they're just making sure they've got the full map control, making sure they've got everything to work with at the start of this round, because they know if they win this, we're going to a 3rd map. But JYO might have something to say about that. He gets the first kill.
Yeah, he wants to try and take it to the 2nd overtime and keep Nemiga, of course, in with a chance of getting that 2-0. That is their goal right now. A man disadvantage for Team Unique to recover from, but they are still slightly favored in weapons. But going out mid against this MP9 is going to be quite difficult. Robin goes straight down, 2 from Lollipop before he eventually falls, and of course spotting out the bomb, and the final players working in on mid. Jo peeks out through window, for the corner of it is able to catch Zorte, and Fenvicious is left alone. A 1-on-3, especially with the healthy as available, is pretty much impossible at this point. Against the up, I mean, if Jo had a missed, maybe he had a hope, but it wasn't allowed. Jo finishes that one, and here it is. A second overtime is needed.
Yeah, I feel like
really fighting for their first map right now.
Yeah, they really want it. You've got to give them credit for that. I feel like throughout this game, we've said a couple of times, it feels like these teams can't be separated, and it's kind of been proven to be true considering we're into our second overtime. Double AWP setup continues for Nemiga. Not in the hands of Speedak, though. They've switched that up. Box is the man currently with the secondary AWP in hand. We'll see what he decides to do with it. There's some flashes at A long, make life awkward. Pashanoid trying to move into the midst of the smoke, but Speedak's rifle is successful. No assistance there for Pashanoid, so he goes down without the chance for the trade.
Oh, this is not a strong start for Team Unique. Of course, we've seen them managing to actually pull off a decent enough T-side there on the previous one. So that's a positive here that they are able to start off on the T-side coming into this overtime, as in the previous one they went CT, only picked up the 1 round, managed to recover it, then on the T-side would at least confirm the second overtime. So if they were able to get off to a good start here, which is not impossible, but the 4-on-5 definitely making that a little bit more complicated for them. Again, keeping it kind of standard as well. We've never seen them do anything more crazy than maybe an early mid-peak, maybe putting a player out mid. Early long peak, maybe putting a player out mid. We've seen from Passionai a couple of times, and of course normally getting themselves this short control to just play off it, as you would expect from the T-side on Dust2. But they've only got 45 seconds to actually move forward, and with the man disadvantage especially, that makes things very complicated. There is the up back on that corner.
Zorte is looking for a fight of his own with his AWP on the T side though, and the flashbang has forced the AWP away. Speedak looking to hold, and Zorte's ready for it. Good shot from the AWP to get them onto the bomb site safely, and even though Box is close by, he can't do anything about this. He has to play for retake here in the 4v4. So Unique getting that bomb down momentarily. Have 1 Molotov left to work with. Plenty of nades from the CT side, but this Molly's going to slow things down. That's at least 5 seconds bought there just by that Molotov, because there are 3 players on short stuck behind the flames. It also gives time for Fenvicious to move into position, looking for the lineup. Lollipop gets the refrag into a 3 versus 3. Robin close by gets 1, almost the second, but JYO lands the shot. He's the last man left though, and there's such little time remaining. He realizes this round is not happening. The AWP will be saved, and Team Unique will get their first round win of the second overtime.
Yeah, and we didn't manage to actually see them doing that back on the first one. I believe it was Nemiga who got their opening round, obviously when they were back on the T side. So a better start here from Unique, giving themselves the chance, if they were to take this one, as we'd pointed out before, to force the CTs down onto a weak buy into the final half of the overtime, and having the chance for a perfect half for yourself. The up at least being saved from Jo lets him carry over a little bit of money. It lets him reinvest into the nades as well. But this one is very important for Nemiga if they want to keep themselves in with a chance of getting the victory. Ideally, they want to be bouncing back and getting these 2 remaining rounds here on the CT side. If they actually want to give themselves the ability to close it out easily. Speedak, though, actually finds Passionai. They're just running through the molly. They did put the smoke down, but it doesn't matter. Speedak just finds them 1 by 1. That final shot was crazy. I could barely even see him with the X-ray around the smoke. That was just heartbreaking.
Yeah, Speedak just stops them in their tracks. Unique clearly had a plan at the start of this round. Let's take a long control. Well, when Speedak's up in there, it's not quite as easy as it sounds, as it seems, perhaps. Kenzor and Zorte, they've got to see what they can do to get back into this round. Kenzor's at least got 1 kill at mid. The AK looking for more. I think at this point you can just take these risks of just looking for fights. Just see if anything's being offered up to you. Zorte spots the player on the A-bomb site. MDS now trapped behind this box, but Zorte's not getting a clear line of sight. 51 seconds left. Still a 2v4 for Team Unique to overcome.
Yeah, they recovered in that previous round, obviously, but this time it's going to be just a little bit harder. And yeah, no, maybe I'm being a little bit sarcastic with the little bit part right there because Speedak has already gotten himself the quad kill. Looking for the ace potentially, but I think it's Jo who's going to find this final kill indeed on towards Zorte as he comes through the CT spawn. Nemiga, they bounce straight back. They do so off the back of Speedak just going crazy on long, so it's not really something you can rely on every single round, but he is playing quite well overall with 31 kills. Catching up, as is MDS. They've certainly been performing well here in the overtime. Zorte up on 34 right now. I think he's slowed down a tiny bit, but has certainly been having some help from other players as well, with Robin stepping up and Fen Vicious as well. Also Passionate, he's just on 27.
Shanoi also has a lot of deaths to his name. I think him and Box have been two of the players that have been playing fairly aggressively on the T side a lot of the time, which kind of explains why they're maybe not positive in KD, even though they, Shanoi's got a lot of kills. Robin taking a ton of damage there, down to 12 health. Speedak this time has switched up his position. He's holding mid, and he almost lines up the wall bang. Fen Vicious has got to be very, very careful, because Speedak is looking scary right now with the AWP, but no shots landing just yet. And Unique go back to this short control, which they've looked for in a fair few rounds. Actually, no, they're not going for it. Might just be going for a mid to B here. Only one CT on B, and it's the AWP of JYO. That could be really, really worrying.
A lot of them going towards tunnels as well. I thought they were going to focus more on mid, which I was going to say could work out for Jo if he got himself the first kill in tunnels and moved in, but now he is in so much trouble. They might not expect it, but he has been spotted. Did they not communicate that quickly enough? Robin had no idea, so he does go down. Thankfully, the trade at least given back quickly, but with Box also getting one on mid, they have the man advantage. It is at least a decent position for Nemiga to be in. I don't think they want to wait. Flash over, yeah. Box isn't going to go in with it. Just trying to maybe delay that bomb plant a small bit even, because they do have the long rotation coming around through the spawn. Oh, Box pushing through. That was dangerous. There is a player up close left. Actually over towards the car right now for Zorte. So they've been given a bit of time to set themselves up, obviously, for this after plant. But as I pointed out, with that tunnel flank coming in, Fen Vicious especially is in a very dangerous position. And yeah, the swing from Lollipop, he gets the headshot on the AK, follows with another, and now it's all on Zorte pinned in at the car. And he's not going to be allowed to find anything. MDS instantly swung out the door alongside his teammate coming in from tunnels. So good teamwork. A 20th round for Nemiga as they do come out with a 1-round lead. Again, heading into the second half of the overtime. But we've seen Team Unique previously been able to actually get it done to confirm the second overtime. So who's to count them out? The only issue is, in that previous overtime, they only got 1 on the CT side, I believe. They obviously need a lot more than that. 3 if they want to win, 2 to at least confirm OT number 3.
That round at the end there felt like the easiest B retake I've ever seen on Dust2. They just run into the site and they just get 3 headshots. And it's like, okay. I mean, I know they had the man advantage, but damn. That was
2 players who done it, to be fair. It was
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, Nemiga with the slight lead, but like you said, still anyone's game. Robin playing up closer A-long. Unique able to establish early control of this position. We've seen some A-long fights, but generally it feels like the mid and short positions are more focused on by both these teams at the starts of the rounds. And the same is the case in this round. 3 players for Nemiga looking through these mid doors, and they will start to move into short, where right now Unique don't have any players positioned. Unique have run this setup a couple of times where they stacked 3 players on B. The A bomb site is pretty vulnerable right now.
Yeah, especially with they focus most of their attention over towards long. Yeah, obviously, the op can be called back to watch that push up through short, but flashes going over, smokes down and stuff to block off that vision could give Nemiga pretty easy access to this bomb site. So it's a little bit risky. They're expecting it to be the B hit, as you said, with the 3-man B stack coming in, but that doesn't look like it's going to be the case for us. Moving forward, Zorte indeed flashed back off the angle. The smokes are down to give them the chance to cross. Actually, will still be able to find Box. A team knife coming in, certainly not helping the situation. The nade nearly finished him off because of that knife, but he just about survives on 4 health. So they do at least have the man advantage now coming into this retake, but the T's have good time to set themselves up. They even have a flank coming out B. Jo, they're going to have no idea.
This is the biggest lurk ever from the B bomb site. You don't expect this lurk. Oh, JYO tapping the first man. Spray unsuccessful, but MDS is there to help him out. And Lollipop also chiming in. It's Pashanoi left in the 1 versus 2. He knows where one of the players is, but Speedak's just going to play safe on short, and it's not going to matter because Lollipop takes away both kills at the end to give Nemiga their 21st round win. And I have to do the maths, Dean, but I think they're at map point. It
They
says
are,
match
yes.
point on the screen. I'm done.
It's 22 for the victory in second overtime when you're playing
There
at
it
3.
is.
So that's why I was pointing out that Unique did need to pick themselves up all 3 if they wanted to actually get the victory. That 2 was the least they needed for the overtime, and considering they only got 1 in the previous OT on the CT side, they struggled a little bit. It was worrying for me, and definitely is now that they need 2 in a row just to confirm the OT number 3. So it's not looking too good, but they do have a double up setup. They have everything they could ask for in terms of the buy here, obviously. That is one positive, but again, short control is going to be found very early on by the D side. No matter which of these teams we're talking about, that is the goal normally in the beginning of the round, and usually play off the back of that. Box is having a tough performance so far. It's a little bit aggressive there on short, baiting out some shots and such, and just dropping a smoke to put some pressure on. And that's going to actually let them move out with no one spotting mid actively as long as they put down a smoke.
Yeah, and if they do put the smokes down, they can pretty quickly move into the mid to B if they want. Maybe quicker than Unique will be ready for. Yeah, you can see the AWP trying to peek through the window. Finally finds the fight. Fenvicious with a second shot, but he's got to be scared of tunnels. JYO pushing in, and Fenvicious somehow gets away with it. 3 kills from Fenvicious on the hold. The bomb has been dropped as well. And Fenvicious continues. Oh, he continues to look for fights, but he doesn't find it. It's Zorte left in the 1-on-2, and Speedax below him. Zorte, he's not clearing this. Oh, he is, but he doesn't get the kill. Speedax closes it out. 22-19 Nemiga. They take the series 2-0, and Unique comes so close to their first